Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you my beta 1.7.3 mod pack. I'm going to try to go through this fast, but it might end up being a long video. It's super easy to install, but I'm going to go through every change that I've done in this mod pack to explain it completely. So I call it the nostalgia patch. I guess if you guys want to play beta survival and get nostalgia like back in the day, this is the mod pack for you. So it first up fixes all of the skins and the old sounds and some visual things. It also has Optifine. And if you want to build sort of like in creative mode, you have SinglePlayerCommands and TooManyItems as optional things to use. And then on the other side of this mod pack, we have a few creative decisions. You now have the option to choose if you want alpha generation and alpha textures. So what that means is you can play in beta with all of the beta features, but you have this alpha like look and aesthetic to it. So it's a really cool hybrid. I think it works really well, with like new blocks and in beta like the wool. What else was added? Beds, I guess. It's just a really cool mixture of the two. And then the other creative thing I've decided to do is remove tall grass with a mod because I feel that it's not really part of the beta feel in my opinion. It was added in beta 1.6, I believe, and when you think of beta and alpha and stuff, you don't really think of tall grass. That's kind of a modern thing. So that's the one deviation from beta. So you're not going to be having to worry about, oh, is this mod pack going to make it so it's not how I remembered it, or it's going to be too far from vanilla, and you're not going to get the right nostalgia. But nope, this should be perfect for you. So to install this, all you have to do is get multi-MC. Let me get rid of it so I can show you. Sorry about this. So all you have to do is, install multi-MC, which is super easy to install. You can find it in the description. Just click through it, click install, and you will have this, and you can open this up. I have a bunch of instances already. Each of these are a different version with different mods, so it's super cool to have everything organized and separate. What I'm going to do is just take the zip file for my mod pack, which you can download in the description. You just drag and drop it, hit OK. It will automatically go through. And then you can delete the zip file when this is done. Now, if you go into the folder, you can look for the Readme, which has all of the information, and you can read through this if you don't want to watch the video, and you're done. But if you want to watch the video and have me go through it myself, then you can stick around. To make the desktop icon, look for this command line, and you're going to change it to whatever your route to multi-MC is, whatever your pathway is. So for me, I have that already on my clipboard, so I'm just going to paste it in. But for you guys, you need to figure that out. And then right-click, hit New Shortcut, paste it in, hit Next. We're just going to name it Minecraft, and then right-click, Properties, Change Icon, Browse, and then navigate to this location wherever your multi-MC is. Go to Instances, go to Beta 1.7.3, hit .minecraft, hit MC.icon, hit OK, OK, and boom, you will have it. So now you can open this without even using multi-MC. I'm going to just keep this open so that I can just talk about it quickly while we open the game. If you want to have the alpha generation, all you have to do is check this box and uncheck this other one. So you just use either or depending on alpha or just normal. And then Optifine, if you go further than 10,000 blocks away from your spawn around there, you'll start to get some rendering glitches. This is an Optifine glitch, so to fix it, you just have to remove Optifine, uncheck the box. That's the only thing you can really do. And then if you don't want single player commands, because I'll show you, when you open a new world, or whatever, it shows this in chat, and I guess you have the option to press T. If you don't want that, you can just disable that. But yeah, and if you want to disable too many items, you just press O and it hides it. So those are the first two big mods. Single player commands, you can do /fly, you can do everything. You have WorldEdit, and then this is just like the creative menu, sort of like in modern days, where you can choose through blocks. And if we look at the README, we can see the full list. So the other mod of these big original ones is Optifine. So if we go in options, video settings, we can have a bunch of new options to choose from. If you're going to use a custom texture pack, I recommend setting these on dynamic because it might glitch. It might show like the old alpha lava, or it might be invisible. I've had issues with that. I don't really know why, but yeah. It also adds support for HD textures, so you can have 32-bit texture packs, which I have provided in this. And I'll go over the texture packs last because that's kind of the least important thing. But we're going to get into the fixes. The BitDepth Fix makes it so there's no lines in the clouds. They look how they're supposed to. The rendering is all perfect how it's supposed to be. Next up we have the skin fix. You can see I have a skin. Sound fix. So what this means is all of the old sounds are present. So if we get like TNT, it's going to be the old explosion because with the original launcher and with multi-MC by itself, it will not have some of these old sounds. It will have some of them, like breaking the sand or whatever, but then some of them, like doors and TNT, will just be the new sound. So you can hear that it's all perfect, good to go. Next up is a skeleton bow fix. I'm going to set it to night and turn my damage off and then spawn a skeleton. You can see the skeleton is holding the bow how he's supposed to instead of it being glitched to the side. Just a cool little fix. And if we kill ourselves, the next fix is this 0 will actually be yellow as it's supposed to be instead of being glitched with the color code. So now we can respawn. Render stutter fix, if you go far out into the world and you have Optifine disabled, there's another bug that makes it kind of jitter around. So that's fixed. F3 info, if we press F3 we can see we have all of this info, seed, temperatures, humidity, and biome. Super cool to have. If you use the alpha option then it actually won't have that because there are no real biomes like in beta. Next up is mob fence jumping spam fix. So mobs will jump a ton at fences. Now hopefully with this mod they stop doing that as much. Water spread fix, when you're placing water buckets and trying to stop the water from flowing like this, it's all going to be working perfectly fine now because it used to be a little bit buggy sometimes. Next up we have tool effectiveness. So if we try to take like an axe to a crafting table for example, it will actually work now and it will break it faster. So there was a little bit of an issue in beta and alpha where some tools wouldn't be effective on some blocks. So all of that is fixed. Everything will mine as it is intended, even in redstone for example. And then the last three things are some old features from alpha that have been re-implemented. So you used to be able to make elevators with boats, so that's back if you want to. If you don't want to do that or you don't want to, it just doesn't affect you at all. Minecart booster, before they had these booster rails, you could make a manual booster, so that's back. And then also fire spreads as fast as in alpha, which is another thing I really liked. So I guess you could say the alpha fire spread is back, and then the no tall grass is back, and then last up the two things that are more of creative choices that are not just bringing stuff from old versions into the beta 1.7.3. We have ravines added from beta 1.8, which are super cool. They blend in very well. Don't worry, there's no like mine shafts or anything. They're just more areas to explore in the beta 1.7 cave generation. So it's really neat to have, in my opinion. Better temperatures means that deserts are going to be slightly bigger because of the temperature changes. So you won't find any really tiny deserts anymore. If you find a desert, it's going to be a desert. But this mod does not affect the size of these biomes like forests and plains and stuff. So all the cool biomes like that are not affected. Don't worry. It just makes deserts and savannas a little bit more balanced with the temperatures. How it should have been, in my opinion. So then the other part of this mod is it adds in the unused ice desert biome, which was in the beta code, but it was not utilized. It's basically a desert, but it has snow. And that's going to be all the changes. But if we quickly close out and we change the texture packs, you can see we have alpha textures, cool bricks, 2 faithful 32 bits, and old cobble. So I'll go through some of these quickly. Old cobble, just the only thing it changes is old cobblestone, the more contrast version, which is really cool. Cool bricks is the same exact thing, but it also changes, if you look really closely, the stone bricks, the normal red bricks now look like stone bricks in modern days, and so the red brick ingots also look gray. Which is just kind of cool to have if you really think that the red bricks are kind of ugly and you want to have like cool bricks to build a castle out of. That's a cool pack to use. And then the faithful 32-bit, which just makes everything 32-bit as you expect. This one is identical to it, but it has a few changes. So now the hotbar is invisible and the GUI is invisible. Fire is also much lower. So if you find yourself on fire like I am right now, you can actually see, which is really cool. And outline ores are also a feature. Let's get rid of this. But normally lava can spawn if it's flat. Oh god. So if you would normally find a diamond next to lava, you couldn't even tell that it was there. But with this, now it has an outline, so you can tell. That's cool to have. So this is sort of if you're trying to be a hardcore player, I guess, in beta, which is not that common, but maybe if you're on a faction server. Now, last up is the alpha textures. Now, before I show this, I'm just going to do the alpha generation just to show it. You would just do what I did, check these boxes, hit launch, and now we're going to have alpha generation and alpha textures, which leads to the last thing. If you want to just make it as close to alpha as possible, make sure to go into your Optifine settings and disable smooth lighting, make your bitmap levels at 0 and better grass off, just, small little things. But, whoops, you can also, what was I going to say? You can make your GUI scale larger too, because that was what it was like in alpha, because it's not, you can tell it's kind of beta because it has this small hotbar. But yeah, here we are in perfect alpha generation for the most part. I think the only thing might be, I saw once ice rapidly spawning in water. I don't know if that was a bug or if that's actually something in alpha. I don't think it is though, so maybe it is. I really don't know. But as you can see, it just looks just like alpha. If we were to put an alpha seed in, it would work to my knowledge. So yeah, that's super cool. And as you can see though, it doesn't actually show the seed and humidity info because there are no biomes, so the mod doesn't really apply. It doesn't work with this generation. But yeah, that's actually going to be everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and you can have the best nostalgic experience with the mod pack. This is what I actually use for my beta gameplay, I guess. Whenever I want to play beta or alpha, I'll just use this mod pack. So I figured I would share it with you guys. Here are the credits for everybody involved in the project. I used these mods and compiled them. I did not make any of these mods myself. So huge thanks to everybody that helped make mods and fixes to beta because it's a great version. So thanks for watching.